Eyes, backs. I don't know what's causing the PC to crash so often lately. I don't know what the problem is. Anyways, back to it. God, I wish this would go away. All right.
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case, right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
It's not why she killed him. Why did she organize the cover-up?
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
She could have been covering herself.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Uh-oh. Really, Shanks. Ghislaine wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. Shanky, let's assume you killed him.
I didn't do it, fucker! It wasn't my plan!
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
Probably should have gone with Eugene. You'd prefer to go to trial with your buddies as part of the lynch mob, or alone committing the murder?
Fuck you, man! I would never fuck my guys over like that! Especially for some bird!
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Getting more info. Eh, that's gonna piss him off. When Ghislaine came downstairs, it appeared to know something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control.
Okay, so she was like
That's
person.
her whole thing.
Cool
That's
under
why
pressure.
she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Yes, she got her shit together. That's how she knew. Or she knew what happened because she killed him.
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
Nah, definitely not a challenge to his leadership. Curry favor with you? No. I don't know. I'm afraid that might piss him off. We'll see.
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy.
All right,
She
that's fine.
has to know that.
Titus, you have to see things are not adding up.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Opinion, not option.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you won't. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was
Yep,
in
yep.
town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared
I
of?
told you. You.
Me personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Damn right. Damn right.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Don't forget, pony tie too. No wonder she's afraid. I'm coming to declare him a human experiment. She probably knew me from my singing days. I'm sorry, God. Why does everything flee on the side of my shadow? God. I have no idea why she's scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head. Don't forget the funny tie too.
How can I forget?
You and I are going to dance in the moonlight under 1 billion stars.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
Ruby tell you anything else about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that
Yeah.
you won't stop
Won't stop.
until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
That's why I have a crowbar.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Yes.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Is it true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
Yes. Ha ha. Titus, you should have seen the lady I convinced her husband was missing and gave me a job.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Pete. But she was too scared.
Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
Have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Damn. Have you looked for
A
her?
little. On the coast.
Okay.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Sure, there's some shithouses there, a cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
Got it, got it, got it.
The what now? I have no idea.
She said she's building a pale emitter.
A pale emitter?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
It's not much, but it'll
It'll have to.
Shake it, walk away. Shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring,
Shake their hands.
like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
You should be a cop, Titus.
When are you gonna get it through your suicidal head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Case is wide open.
Oh, hello, dear. I didn't notice you at first.
Oh yeah, your husband's, by the way, he's probably on the inside.
Oh, my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
We
Of
will.
course, you're a cop. You were born to do this stuff.
He's born
And if
for
you
this.
see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. The door does not budge. The cobalt blues
You find a way into that door. Oh, let's go talk to that one, the poet lorry driver. I think he knows Ruby on a different level than most people. Oh, who the hell are you? Why can't I talk to you all of a sudden? No. It's all about the money, you know? Yeah.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you?
Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clausia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
What do you mean?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
No one's heard a shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now, you know that. Free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's
So he's gone. Makes sense, he probably wouldn't stay out here all night.
a lorry abandoned by the smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with a metallic drawer slides out from the seat. The pull-out toolkit slides back and close the rusty.
We've gotten everything from that truck, nothing new. Oh, lady, you're gonna freeze to death.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment.
What the hell is going on with my
Awful
computer
weather keeps me
tonight?
awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck popped up. Fucking HP Smart. Oh my god, piss off. I wigged out my whole computer just now. God, I hate this damn thing.
Of course not.
The woman sways her.
Alright. I don't think there's much else to go on here, Kim. Not tonight, at least. All the protesters have gone home. Everybody gone home. What about you? You're open 24/7? Red hair tomboy, huh? Guess we'll know in the morning. Also need to get the coroner's report in the morning, I guess. Whose room is this? I guess it's Kim's room, technically. See you in the morning, detective. Not yet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Yeah, we do have stuff. What is this? Interlacing? We got stuff that boosts our interlacing. Try it. Oh, maybe we only have the one thing that boosts our interlacing. Alright, fuck it, we'll try it anyways.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Tool not in hand. Oh, we need to use the cutters. Right.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Good chance.
In it, your face. The faucet is
Hell yeah.
quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops.
I still argue that picture is rough. You know, he's pretty homely in that one, but in the character card, he needs to go to the hospital.
Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Leave it there for now. Maybe tomorrow. I need to talk to Kim, Ghislaine alone. Get her to tell me about what happened to me. What does she know about Harry Dubois?
This window is pristine on the inside. Unlike the one, a vague sense of you get the feeling this room would tell you something crucial if you only knew how to listen.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Why do I feel like you've won here?
I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir. All the time.
She smiles, a bitter little smile. She means it.
Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could it have gone, I mean?
The wet wind, heavy with brine and industrial pollution from the stacks nearby, ruffles her hair.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for... I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility.
What are you contained for then?
For my sins, of course. The long-standing sins of a bad, frivolous person. For destroying my first love. For working for bad people. The list goes on and on.
This turned out well for you enough. Oh, yeah, I already asked that tonight.
Did I? Why do I still feel suspicion hanging over me then? What I managed was to get him killed.
That's true.
I'm the love that does people in, remember?
Something seems off with this theory I've developed about Ruby.
I don't know what to say.
It all seems fortuitous for you.
None of this is fortuitous for me.
She nods, slowly, carefully even. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
You know, it might be a low chance, but fuck it.
Continuously nothing. The sky slowly slides above you. The young woman exhales the scent of menthol tobacco. Sounds like a sigh.
All right, now that Kim's gone, tell me about Saturday night.
Yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer.
First thing I remember doing, Elysium.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
Did you hear something Sunday night from my room?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
You mentioned loud music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this?
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also...
What else?
That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
When you say wounded, you mean as in a cool way?
Yes, it was very cool.
Liar!
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
That's so me.
A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
What is that X button? X to swap? Swap what?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable.
A cockatoo? I don't want to be a cockatoo no more? A fuck up a two?
I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Thank you.
No problem, sir.
Date of birth generator.
Oh.
You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
I'm 44, baby.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Anti-object task force. Not yet. Is there anything else I can do at night by myself without Kim? I don't think so. What's Kim up to in his room? What do I want to encourage? Let's do this. Sometimes I feel like we run into doors too often.
The fan stands still. The lights are off again.
We'll leave it that way. Good
The bed
night.
is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Go to sleep. Now to have another
The bed
nightmare.
is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud.
Holy crap.
Waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
It's all the system's fault. The system's failed me. His body's worthless anyways. No one does anything nice to it.
And why might that be the case? What lava lights on such a bloated corpse to be?
Wait, wasn't this the Express Fuck All borough? I'm an artist and liver damage to my art.
Now you've gone off the rails, baby. Now you're stuck sitting here by the tracks, admiring the wreck around you. You just can't help it, looking at yourself. The sum total of your accomplishment.
I have like 200 cases solved.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them. Kim's great.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
Hey, Kim's my boy. Reptilian,
Some
right?
of them are. Some of them are nice. Others are scared. At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Let's do it.
A mirror hangs on the
Dead
bathroom
quiet.
wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
We have two things that won't. Man, we also have things we can interact. I forgot about this. White envelope. Ah.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out. Well, you could trick Everard. Get some random people to sign the document. By the time the union boss finds out, your business here will be already concluded. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
Jesus. Right. That boosts that. Okay, so that's the only way to boost things. Okay. Well, better than nothing.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the
Roll for it.
It's like
Hell
something
yeah.
snaps in you. A nerve ending, a thought, a sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
Jesus. All right, dig deep.
Like the rest of
I
you,
don't think so.
it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
I'm a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma.
Oh wow, my face
You
changed.
feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
Hold on, look, my face changed. I'm no longer smiling. I'm just kind of sad and angry. Now I look like a cop. But she broke it. She broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
Ugh.
like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves. A cat that wants you to smoke a lot. Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
I don't know. It'd make me look pretty cool. Well, I'll think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Hey, Kim, you awake? Guess not. He's already getting breakfast. Oh, these are cops. Good morning.
Yes?
You seem to be following
Excuse
me.
me?
No, just an
You
observation.
have a distinctive way of... I hope you don't take... They say it's a scene-clearing technique. I'm sure...
Passing along frivolous interdepartment.
Are you cops? Or are you guys?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Hold on, you're a patrol?
Yes, I am.
I'm a cop too.
I know.
Here's the real deal.
Thanks, Kim. What a guy.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere.
Hey!
But if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
You... Kim, how dare you betray me like this?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Was everything alright? Why do you want to talk to me?
I
Why
don't
don't
know.
you want to talk to me?
I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct are you from?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Whoa, whoa, listen here, Mr. Sunglasses Indoors. That's my shtick.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out for...
For?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Wait, is that my boss? I think that's my boss. That's a wig and sunglasses. That's a wig.
I just want to do my job, that's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
He's my boss. That's
like
a wig.
shit.
That's a wig.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
I know, it's intentional.
Like undercover?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen. I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
Okay, so this guy is cool. He stands there like a statue, an angry statue, and he does not like you. Don't even try to win him over. He won't.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
There's something strange about him. I know what's strange about him.
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform. Yes, nurses. Why not?
He's not a male nurse. I'm not going to ask that.
Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
A megastar.
Yes, a superstar cop. Of course. This again.
He didn't answer your question.
No.
Fine.
The man in sunglasses nods.
Watch out for yourself.
That voice so very familiar.
I knew it!
Did you hear it when calling to your station? And
Yes,
reporting your badge
that's
missing?
my boss. Wait, your voice, I recognize
Oh,
it.
really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently when I called in to report it. You were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
Ahem. I have a bit of memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Kim, I know who these fuckers are.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Why?
He really doesn't like it being classier.
Yeah, neither do I. Thank you for telling me, I guess. Good thing she pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Yes?
About my building.
Got the 20 real?
No.
Then why are you wasting...
Morning, Titus. Want a cup of coffee?
The Coppernado is back. What do you want?
No, I'm good. I need to get across the river. Lickety split. Oh, we need to call in the one service lady.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Are you looking around something?
Yes. I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
Hit me.
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
I was born ready, baby.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February, 09.
Everything's adding up.
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So
It is. Thank you, Alice.
Do you like Elise, Kim?
No, no,
Alice, not Elise. What am I
Sorry.
thinking? I'm dumb.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
The name. This is very good. Ellis Cortenard.
This means something to him, to know that name. Like naming a case. It's important. Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
Contact me to 41 again.
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Nope.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Not telling them I lost my gun. Anytime I bring up that fucking gun, I get in trouble.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man.
He smokes?
Don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Yup. Nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3.
Let's worry about the cigarettes later. We got a name now. Let's stop by the pawn shop, see if I have anything I can sell right quick. Put it down here anyways. Hey, Dan. Oh, thanks. I don't know why I'd always love.
Hello.
I don't know why it
Let
always
me
tickles
know
me
if
when
I
people
can
say
help you with
they like my
anything.
laugh. My friends say it too, and I don't know. I'm glad. This game is awesome, by the way. This is phenomenal. Anything I want to
Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Can I buy this from him? I feel like it's important to have. That's Kim's pen. I don't want to sell that pen. I found that in my desk. I don't want to sell any of this. Never mind.
Another time, perhaps.
Leave. Abandoned lorry? What about the abandoned lorry? We have a white check? Alright, we can give it a shot. Oh, let's talk to these dudes. Fishermen? Alright, never mind. Can't talk to these dudes. Why do we have a white check at the lorry? Kim, we need to find, there we go.
A lorry about the smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin looks like...
Strange. There are so many radios. For contacting, looks like we are dealing with an impressive... doesn't look...
The smell of 1,000... These, one of them. There's definitely perfume in the air. The actress, a feeling of Wait, this actress really does look a lot like Glacia. She may have been right about this ruby after all. The actresses and the rear actor, all metallic drawn. It's an issue. It looks like an article. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM,
You pull out tool and slide back into its nest. You wedge your... But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper. Sandpaper adds
Wait, we already knew
extra
this.
grip.
Sandpaper, yes?
Do the honors, he thinks.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. At least we can now ask Titus some concrete questions about it.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls.
That probably would have
The
helped out
radio
yesterday.
transmitter sits on the center console and close the rusty...
Oh, what's this? This new? Oh, new shirt. I don't know what that white check's supposed to be. Oops. The shit shirt. Physical. Interesting. We could try the door upstairs. We do have physical buffs now. We're gonna wait. Alright. Damn it. Let's get across the damn river. One step at a time.
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. The water lock starts moving.
I don't think it's a bad idea to dump into physical for this, especially if we're going to a rough part of town. Might not be a bad idea, you know?
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks.
Rugged terrain and rugged drunks, you got it, so. Let's get these going first then. Money. What is this down here, Lieutenant? More money. There should be a buoy with insane stuff in it near the coast here. Grab that while we're here. Banged up fuel can? What's in here?
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
Ah.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea.
How long has it been
The
here?
ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by. Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, yes. Crazy recklessness. I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday. Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
How long would it take for low tide to come
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down
Oh, we're
in
so
the
cute.
old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent.
There's something kind of poetic about this.
The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like
Drama.
distant laughter.
Whistle a tune.
Ice
Can I?
cracks around the blue
Can I
motor
equip
carriage
stuff?
in
No, I
the
can't.
sea.
Whistle a tune.
The tune on your lips forms a strange, yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and the sunken car.
We're having such a bonding moment right now. Me and Kim are bros.
The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
We're wasting a lot of time, I think.
Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches? So, your dad was also, you know, points to his eyes. Tide sure is taking its sweet time.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yes?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
You think I'll ever find my gun?
God, I hope so.
I've been thinking. If I put enough time into eating right and exercising, I could turn myself into a living weapon. And I wouldn't even need a gun. I don't think I'll ever find my gun. Nah, turn myself into a living weapon.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place.
Okay, we're burning too much
the
time.
Environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
His eyes turn to you.
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people.
Is this my car? This is my car, isn't it? I'm the joyrider.
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Precinct 41?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Ah, fuck. It's mine. Oh, God, no. Let me guess. A precinct, something that It must be Tommy 41, host of Met 41. 41 is rank of the underground street. Oh, God, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Your hands get clammy, and the air tastes sour to breathe. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Oh, God, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea. No, I can take this. I got healing items. I got plenty of health. I can do this. I can do this. Cannot save right now. I can do this still.
I'm afraid so, yes.
Oh, I got plenty of them around.
Looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal.
Things are going so well. Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably. Try definitely.
I can still fix this.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
People are going to be angry with me, aren't they? In 41?
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
How do we get
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
Damn it. They're not going to take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There is also a fourth thing you've lost.
A fourth thing?
More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined.
My
lost
wife.
forever into the deepest of seas.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Thanks, Kim. I needed that, homie.
At least we have a pretty good suspect. If we found your motor carriage in the sea, maybe we'll find her too. Yes, let's go take a look.
You're a good man, Kim. Better partner than I deserve. Ooh. Is that my badge? It's my badge! Who is that handsome devil?
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my
At
badge.
least something good came out of all this.
Study the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
So he's weaker than me. Got it.
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
I don't want to be Harrier Dubois. Wait, my name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
It's meant to keep you safe. From bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
In that case, it's a strong name.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you Officer when he's angry with you, and Detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is Lieutenant W. Freighter?
A lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Oh.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Ooh, I don't want to get better, I want to get worse. That's dark. That's what I said to what's-his-name, right? Gives me hope.
Good. Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
So you've been putting up with me because we're the same rank?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
Kim is like our North Star. He's our guiding light. Our constant. In the dark. Bars.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to death to earn that rank. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months.
True.
Especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
I remember that time! That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
Yes, it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again,
it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him, ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Oh, get a lot of money for that gas can. Esprit de corps. Sharp eye. All buffs. I like it. Oh, we need to use the trash bag. Pick up the trash. The pastime at all? No. Then we can take this to the... If I remember right, there's the thing in the store we can go to later?
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Yep. Can't really blame him there. Well, here's the shanty town. What's that? Trash. You see a dark red chair in dim light room.
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack. With what?
In someone's abandoned shack. On the coast. In Martinez. In Ravachol.
He's afraid you've forgotten suddenly.
Nothing. It's just a piece of furniture.
Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no?
Here. I don't see signs of recent habitation. This place is abandoned.
See? He doesn't like the vibration from the red chair either.
Postcard. A bow tie. I'm guessing these are my footprints. Yep. Quick travel unlocked. Awesome. Haven't seen the RCM around in ages. Ma'am?
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with?
As always, I'm the Lawbringer.
You've graduated to Lawbringer.
Achievement! You're the law 7 times.
Men with authority have their quirks. Comes with never being second-guessed about anything. So what brings you here, Lawbringer?
Where are we
A
exactly?
fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
Ah.
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I...
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
She has a cool sword? Nice sword. Points at the saber on her hip.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
The most attractive I've ever been to a woman was I saw her walking in a crosswalk on campus back in college with 2 swords in hand. One in each hand. And I was just befuddled. I was in my car. I was like waiting for her to cross. Oh my god, I'll never forget that. I was just like, whoa, that's what is up with that? It's like I discovered something about myself that day. Women with swords are just hotter. Maybe this lady's hot. It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need to intimidate?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Why don't more women arm themselves?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and Living in shit doesn't bother them.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder. Coach means the expression.
Behold.
Not bad.
Do you like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
Can I borrow the sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave.
She refuses, but your word is the law. You are law.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Why, if they were thick-headed?
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Where's your husband
Gone.
now? Gone, coward. I would never leave anyone. He disappeared? Sounds like a missing person case.
It absolutely does not. We are not going to look for him.
Come on, Cam. Where's your sense of detective ventures?
No. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the waves.
He died. Was it murder?
The lieutenant shakes his head again.
Yeah. By himself. Inadvertently. He never respected the sea. Went out there drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day, he didn't come back. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really liked those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Yeah, death is nothing. I shit on death. You should have thrown yourself into the waves. Oh, God. Tell thee to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheels spinning.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
3% chance? Kim's president makes it awkward. Don't know a good spot yet. Yeah, probably not. Is that your boat?
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Sunny days?
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, man. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat.
In time, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
What do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her. This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Interesting. Never thought it. Thought the sea brought up anything particularly interesting.
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies.
Oh.
Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Oh.
Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely. Mines. Mines. You need mines.
This place looks bad. Why don't you leave?
And go where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something.
Just somewhere, away from all the sadness.
People imagine picking up and finding something better is an easy solution. But how is that supposed to work when all your time and energy goes to staying alive? You have almost nothing to set aside to actually fight your way out.
That's true.
Hordes of wild, homeless people roaming the lands. Nomads scattered across an endless plain. In a dystopian...
I don't mean to complain about my pauper life. We are warm and fed here and... I don't know. There's just something about this shithole.
I'm looking for someone.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for several people. I'm looking for a suspect. Might have stayed in the neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
What about a cryptozoologist?
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for imaginary animals. People who look for animals who are hard to find.
Aha! Like snowmen.
Snowmen?
2 old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Where did they go?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
Working class husband?
Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle class ones either. I wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your working class husband. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
She seems genuinely sorry for not being able to help you.
Really? Are you sure you're not also looking for Nadia Harnancourt? Or Ignis Nielsen? Or the great lost city of Ace under the waves?
I am looking for a lot of
stuff.
Doesn't feel like a lot to me. Could be more. Maybe something's missing in your life.
Oh. There's plenty missing. But that's too much for even an eager terrier like you to handle. Although you seem very thorough. Tell me, instead, is there something else I can help you with?
Success. What's the bow tie do? +2 drama. Theater kid. But Necktie doesn't like that. I need a hat. I need a good detective hat. Nope. Closing these. Oh, we have thought. I'm not sure what these do yet. I might abandon Hobo Cop. Not my style. Oh. You have to have a skill point to forget? Damn. What's in here? Money! Nice creek beneath my feet. Hey, you.
I'll just keep the Corda
Joyce!
Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordelate she read. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
I bet you do.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse? And who is this scamp, anyway?
Leave it be.
No matter. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent. How do I like it?
Most certain that scamp is that one artist chick.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name.
That's
All
a
the men are
phrase.
dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's nothing.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
You're right to be scared. This is all your fault. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be too scared. This is just how real city looks. This place is doomed.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never... Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This island?
No, they're in Sealindian, Isla.
No.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion? That's so me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know
Damn
what
right.
this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit.
I found my badge, by the way.
I love you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Nothing too suspicious going on so far. We need to talk to more people. This must be what's-her-name's house. Oh, there's an old lady down there. Can we get to that ledge? Yep. Can't see in the house from this angle. Okay. Old lady.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Breton. Shows you got style.
We're cops. We're Hellraiser. Click, click, bang, bang.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You
What?
didn't raise any hell. You were quite helpful, actually. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM.
Oh.
Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something. We're here to help.
Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
She's old school. She doesn't snitch.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
Ruby was here. You know it. Ask her about lodgings.
It's further down the coast.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the Dolorian Church of Humanity.
Dolores!
It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
What else goes down on the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses. Empty.
Which is it, apartments or electrical plant?
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
Or could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is
I
it?
won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's this guy.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks.
For now.
We might suit yourself. But should you ever need shelter, remember old Isabel and her shack by the sea. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant W. your freighter, Harrier Dubois.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
She's got a couple of ranks herself. Honored chief and so on.
What's in the
Just
fishing bill?
us. It's barely a village anymore. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. Well, there's Lillian and her kids.
Okay.
A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now.
Okay.
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Lillian is tough. Tougher than the
Kinda
men
hot.
here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long. Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
What's the pox?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. And the goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Here, for you, no of...
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Buy him off then. Feels safe and warm in here. Not like the outside. Hey kid, when did you get there? You there the whole
Hello,
time?
mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Heard there was a girl with some armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. heavy, too.
What'd you do with them?
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. Yes! I am!
I met your mom.
Little
already.
Lily. You know my mom?
Little Lily. Not really, but I'd like to. Yeah, and we met her. I'd like. That's not something you say to a child.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
Do you know anyone named? No, it's.
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
I'm not gonna steal a kid's bird. What?
I don't know.
I'm not taking the kid's
Twirls
bird.
the furry doll around in the air, giggling happily.
Why is that an option? That's terrible. It could be your only toy in the whole world.
Luby. Luby. My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or like, sometimes I can, but then Uller.
Kids.
Thanks,
Bye.
kid. Oh, I can take that bird, right? Replace that. That'll work. Maybe he'll give me a discount. These must be the twins.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You must be Lynette's kids.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mom.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they're laughing. An interesting reason, somehow tied to the case. The boy keeps laughing. Then he bows down to inspect the rock, as though there's something noteworthy about it.
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case.
Then we're definitely doing it.
No, leave the kids alone. Okay. We need to find a sandcastle behind the house. Aha!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it slip in such decrepitude.
Ah, you're letting you're such a cool guy, Kim.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Damn, nice. Strengthen them digits. That's worth a lot of money.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Decked out in future armor like a cop ought to be.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Ugh. We get up here anyway? Water runs from a source upstream, a broken pipe. Nope, there's something hidden here. Nope, never mind, just some cash. Barrels? Travel unlocked. The church. Oh, that's gonna take me way out of there. We're just the church here. I have a bad feeling about this. There's music coming from over there. How do we get over there? I'm jamming out back there? A stack of rocks. Huh. Who are you?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand.
Oh. Hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
So you want to party?
What?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
Good point. Come to think of it, I should.
I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe a general store? Look, man, fuck the hat.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Bring authority down on her.
Your eyes are fixed on her as everything gets very still.
Listen up, you.
Dangerously so. She looks down, pretending to be busy with the device. Make her meet your eyes. The kid isn't arrogant. She's just afraid to look you in the eye. You already put her in her place.
I'm the police.
You're right. I shouldn't have sworn. I'm sorry.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. Most men wouldn't exactly call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Could it be her? I have some questions
Okay.
for you. What's your name?
A cell. Okay, it's Burger.
A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's the device in your hand?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds like a place for homosexuals.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hip beyond my years.
That's cool.
Never mind.
Sure.
How does the thing
The
work?
mic? I don't exactly know. Okay.
What are you doing here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to... Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, your code.
No man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you out here freezing? The boys are
They
inside.
got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable being questioned.
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people. Rich people are east of the river. Oh, they are. And I'm scum.
You're not scum.
Oh, but I am. The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
It's in Faubourg.
Is this a rhetorical question?
Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol. Possibly the world.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on. All right.
You seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Superstition. We can turn the grim desolation into a fun dance club and thus also help turn this hellhole around. It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah. You know, anodic, cathodic,
I completed a secret
music
task.
that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops.
Yeah, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to him.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Go ahead. Okay.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting
Is that
out.
Rick?
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
We're in. What the hell? This is not that large.
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
The Noid.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
Maybe I should break this kid.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Artists for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. This place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened.
This kid
sad
is
because we were
playing,
just
trying
about
to
to
play
put
me.
Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol. Strike that! The world! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
I'm the king of dope burnout.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick.
They're spooky.
Spookiness is not a police matter.
You know, officer, you really should judge that for yourself. But keep in mind, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that. Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
With the sort of glee that's meant to imply you've already taken on the case.
What exactly are these
Truth
people?
is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. Yes, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there. One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it. Andre, tell him about the feeling. Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark. No, the other one. Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg. Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
The woman with the red hair. Or a woman, the woman with red hair?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Liars.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark side. What Noid said.
So brown and older, Ruby might have dyed her hair, though it seems like a stretch at this point. You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable.
Like, you aren't alone, you know? It wasn't quite human, if you...
Not human? As in a ghost? Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man. Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab. It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
Ambush behavior, crab man, got it.
Crab man!
I hate these kids.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
Okay, I never thought I'd say this. I miss Kuno.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before there probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this.
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to...
Good idea. Well, honestly, I can't, but I am.
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think they're... Sure. What? Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no? You're right, they do.
You're right, he says let the slaves
The
know.
Pericarnassian Church is about love, and Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore. Unity. Unity. Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Yeah! Yeah!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew. I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Yes. What? The what now? Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sounds fine to
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Nosa, I'd be drowning in shit right now. Nosafed is the shit.
me. Can I have some?
Sure.
Thanks, Chief.
Here you go, officer. The Nosa. Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water. Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
I'm gonna save that for now.
If you decide to...
What about this
So you
machinery?
had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid? That's fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. It'll take weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, nothing's wrong with it.
I can't stand these
It should
kids.
definitely be
I'm
researched.
losing my mind.
You can still do sick shit with it, though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Most of it doesn't. Sonic powers, pale-related disease.
I just went out of here. You answer the questions about the crab.
The shaggy-haired girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
I
With
have
the
yet
church,
to make
I
up my
mean.
mind.
Take your time, I guess.
You
We
said
don't
you
have
were inside
anywhere else.
church.
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
You are right. I don't believe you. Are you wrong? I do believe you.
Why?
Strange things happen.
Okay then. They certainly do around me.
She didn't buy it. Damn. Trying to get on her good side didn't work. What's up, bird? Get inside this building. Change. Every penny counts. Drop a quick save before we walk in there.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The doors remain unchanged, closed. The carving on the surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
The lieutenant nods silently. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at this sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Thus, it must be made by youths.
Inspect the stable. Let's take the sticker off.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
The sticker in your ledger. Put the sticker on your ledger.
Voila. Looks very modern.
Looks good, doesn't it?
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Maybe we should look for another way in first. The church has seen enough mistreatment. How about we go and check out that tent again?
Fine, I'll look around. Looks like there's ways onto the roof, maybe. Ladders, but these might just be for scaffolding. Okay, can't walk through these reeds, apparently. Let's keep looking around. Let's check out the rest of town before we get stuck in there. What the fuck is this?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay.
We'll leave it alone for now. It's
This
a red
might
check.
be it.
That's a red check. We'll leave it alone for now. Barrel's been discarded. Oh, a new shirt. I'm gonna hold off on what I might want in case I come across another white check I want. What's polo, anyways? Got lots of clothes now. Alright. Well, okay, guess I can't get there that way. Dead phone. Picking up something there. How electricity flows through the wires. Those must be the abandoned buildings. Coin operated machine. Ooh, new sunglasses? Oh, hell yeah. +2 encyclopedia? We can use that when we go to the mirror again. Vagrants. Recently painted it dark red. Trash.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It's the cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
I'm taking it. Cam, listen. Fashion is power in this universe. You don't understand that. You will when you reach double lieutenant. I can just interact with it.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How did a jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try.
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Ugh.
It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck. Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Or it'll be fine. Another postcard. A whole lot of loose change laying around for a bunch of poor people living here. Wine container.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Isn't it just rotting fish?
Don't be naive.
Oh no.
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. A man lies on the boardwalk.
Jesus.
His limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Oh! Oh no! Is this the one lady's husband? He's only been gone for 2 days. Yep, custom-made
Cool
jacket.
leather jacket with
Yep.
a bolt of blue.
It's him.
Oh no.
It's him.
This sounds terribly familiar.
Oh no, he really was dead.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk.
It's him.
And hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits. Or maybe it was just dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Jesus.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels disrespectful. They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole. Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man
We
with
know
a
who
bottle
this
in
is.
his hand? Don't
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
Bottles all around him, points to the tar, says he was drinking with Martinez. The library card. You're supposed to return a book. It's true.
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What did he got?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is... Oh yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
I doubt it is, but
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not?
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
Wow.
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Let's take the case. We basically know who this is.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found.
I mean, I'm almost guaranteed. I would bet money on it that it's him. Library card.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look on the back
If
side.
lost, please return the card to the library. Dial.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre.
It's without a doubt him.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in whoever tossed it here. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Yeah. That is 100% our guy, because I think we had a bunch of... We basically had to pester that lady into giving up that her husband might be missing, so... I'm sure the case, we worked it backwards, I'm sure. Because we're that great at detectives. Why are you so
And
well
Mikhail
dressed?
noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Blonde man standing next to his son, pointing at the weather. He seems...
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Kim, you know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But
what?
Why?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
I know what R&D is.
It looks old and weathered.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Maya Kalpa, you are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What's the ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Huh.
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Tape computers. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel, lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived.
What the revolutionaries
Yet they
do
used
with the
them for military communications. But also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book.
What
Well,
else?
of
Something
course.
else.
What else?
Looking for a suspect.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off.
No, thanks to you.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided.
Ugh.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Why can't I use ladders?
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
You can still shoot, though.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because it went so well when you tried to shoot the guy down out of the tree. Let's see here. So that's the building. Got the church. Got the church, the industrial building, the R&D facility, we're going to call it that. We'll call it the R&D building, and the military crane thing. The bunker. We'll call it the bunker. Oh, that was dumb of me. Did we go over here yet? I don't know if we can get over there. Let's just keep walking this way. Oh, money. Kind of chicken coop? Ooh, ooh! We get real sunglasses? Oh, yeah. Disco. I look extremely homeless. That other building. I did see, I think I saw the one dude there, Wheels' husband. What's this?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual, even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
The lieutenant also nods. It is quite a scene.
Not even
the
more.
two of you standing next to the broken wall of an abandoned building, nodding. Nodding. The lieutenant is nodding so hard it looks like his head is about to snap off his neck.
We're having a moment, Kim.
The lieutenant matches your nodding pace. He's a true professional at this. The nodding's reaching critical mass. You can't take this much longer, Captain.
Keep nodding.
A small bead of sweat runs down the side of the lieutenant's face as he maintains his nodding.
I love you, Kim. I love you to death.
It's too much. You can feel your vertebrae starting to crack, your muscles groaning.
Just one more nod.
As the lieutenant takes out her handkerchief and softly taps the sweat off his temple, a faint crack echoes through the coast. Abort! Abort!
We're okay.
No. Shit. It's too late.
Oh shit, fuck hell.
Busted the neck, did you? Glad I stopped when I did. My neck was really starting to hurt. Don't worry, little man. Now, we should get going.
I'm gonna take out my sunglasses for this visual thing.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread
Still
across
low.
the cracked wall.
For the shot.
Unable to piece together the big picture just now.
I'm dumb.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth.
Alright. Didn't mean to insult. I gotta stop insulting myself. Surely we can walk across this. It's not that intense. Just walk across the damn thing. Okay. At least we found enough money for the night. Another. It's a hat! What kind of hat is this? It's like a sock cap. +2 logic. Interesting. Huh. Guess that's all to see there.
A scattering of bullet holes is...
You guys look like you look like you have a paraplegic wife, sir. Don't ask me how I know. I'm that good.
Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
Oh. Sorry, Blob, I just saw you. I love this game. This is so much fun.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of
Blob
a scientist.
Odenkirk. Like Bob Odenkirk. Bro, this game needs a Better Call Saul is what they need.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
Your wife sent me.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Your wife sent me.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke. Oh! Yeah, I would have been the one that broke the water lock. Let's spare him that whole story.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
I think the first stream I did, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. I died twice, maybe 3, maybe 4 times in like the first 2 hours.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
Let's see if he knows Ruby.
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
Does anyone in this area mind their own business? Come on.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
We need someone who's gathering all the tea. No one here, everyone minds their own business here. I don't like it. I'm a cop. I need people to be nosy.
Well, yes.
More than some, he admires this about her.
Oh, the traps
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Yes. What? Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
How big is it?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Seems puny, to be honest.
Makes it difficult to find if it's so big.
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators,
Is this
or
guy just-
scientists in our present case.
Is this guy making me look sane right now?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex.
You're
But I
crazy.
cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
That's not... How do you...
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my... of any cryptozoology's career, but to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
Very little. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What makes you think it's here?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves.
They're teenagers.
It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Wheels could do so much better than this crazy person.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is
What's up?
doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Got it. Parthenogenesis. Let's just agree with this man.
Parthenogenesis, meaning the females don't need males to reproduce, makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
Females reproducing without males? A travesty.
Nature does not concern herself with ethical
This guy
propositions.
talks so much that his
As
text
a
is
scientist,
spilling over.
my interest is strictly dispatched.
Alright. Good time for an autosave. Tiny cages, well constructed.
Hello, I'm Yellow Man. I mean, officer.
Whoa! You insult my partner like that again, I'll feed you your teeth.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow Man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
Could he be the guy with the racist apartment?
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
His portrait behind him's the sun. A lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew.
Dark times will do that to good men.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent.
Agreed.
No one is.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
I can see you recognize it in your eyes. I'm certain it's him.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know you're not going to find me, are you?
He won't. There's no way he has this much money on him. 20 real.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
What'd you do to piss off the union?
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How'd you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary is a huge racist. Gary, did you put the clothes of the murder victim, the man who was hanging behind the whirling rags?
Officer, please. Let me explain.
This
It's
guy.
not like that.
Time to talk, asshole. Talk.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
You wouldn't know anything about the missing armor?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
I hope I could help your investigation in my small way.
That's way too much to predict the outcome.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection?
100%.
Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
You know anything about the hangman?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
He's not feeling too comfortable in his own skin. Odd, I'd say. Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
You seem surprised to see my colleague.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense. True.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
He's our lucky racist.
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
The lieutenant's a local.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
I'm gonna scare him a little. You live in that apartment in
Sure
Montanez?
do, officer.
I think I broke into your apartment. Alright, well. Have you found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know? Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment?
No, I did.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Try not to shit. Grim Nodley. Try not to shit yourself.
What could it be about? I probably talked too loud. In the whirling. About some theories I had. Whatever it is, I'm done with it.
What theories?
I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay?
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation.
Why are you shifting like that?
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example.
That mother!
One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
You son of a bitch. Cough up the armor right now.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer.
Strip.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Why did you really put the clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak.
You're damn right. I'll
I
raise
should
the
have
sword.
told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
He's in trouble, all
I'll
right.
explain later.
Now, do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word.
This is all he knows.
Cough up the armor.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Are we done, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
I don't care about cryptozoology.
I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Son of a bitch. We need to level up. Now let's hold off on leveling up for now. I'm not sure what I want to put into it yet. Pain threshold. Let's see what it looks like without the shirt, without the coat. Oh, what the hell? That's so weird looking. Alright, we're gonna wrap up for the night. So, I'm going to fast travel. First, I'm gonna quick save in case it crashes or some shit. I can fast travel, right? It said fast travel points were unlocked. How to do fast travel? Maybe do the settings. No. Context sensitivity. It's giving me like options to fast travel to any of these places. Am I just being dumb? Let's Google it real quick. Oh, have to be standing in an approximate spot to enable fast travel in the area. Just standing in those places, fast travel. Other places, can't find it. Place fast travel back. In town, there's spots. There's rags. Fishing area, there's shacks. Anyone standing around. Church. Pretty sure just outside the church. Okay. Let's go to the church. Not too far away. Aha! Alright, first things first. Let's go make some, turn in our money.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appeared. You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
Hobocop. Alright. We gotta tell that woman her husband's been murdered. Or not murdered, he died in an accident, but you know what I mean. Just professionally, Kim. Oh, she's not here. Where does she go? Oh, shit. Kind of anticipating her being here. Shit. Maybe in the bookstore? Damn it. Alright, well. Maybe she's only there in the mornings. Probably track her down via the phone or whatever. Have to find a working phone. The Orlings is broken. First off, guy in the wig, who I know 100% is my boss, or my friend, I'm not sure.
I can't believe this shit.
Yeah, fuck off, buddy. I already figured out your plan, and I just failed the roll.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's...
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease. If
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging body's foul. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her.
You.
Can I help you?
Give you the bird to replace the skua.
What is this thing?
No big. I thought it would be looking on the wall.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today.
Achievement!
It's all about the little things, like
The goodest
bringing
of
people
good
random
cops.
stuffed animals.
Aw, Kim really likes me.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Got the 20 real?
Yeah.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember...
To be honest, I was kind of hoping he'd give me like a free night. For the bird, but I guess I broke the bird, so makes sense. Alright, we're gonna try to break down that fucking door. Probably about as good as it's gonna get.
Well, hello.
Oh, hi.
Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol.
You're damn right.
What a solid can of mass-produced piss water. Well over 10% alcohol in this so-called beer. Pop it open before it gets too warm. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. I don't know about this.
We need the power.
There's a satisfying pop as the cap comes off, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You see a flash of teeth, a young woman smiling at you near some railway overpass in your ruined past.
Take a
She
sip.
is gorgeous, and she is yours. A golden sun melts down your throat, its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
I'm real. I'm as real as it gets, baby.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an
Oh.
alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical instrument, half light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain threshold, and shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember,
From the void we came, and to the void we must return.
Kim, get out of my way. I'm gonna get that door open one way or another.
The same small, heavy door.
Let's go.
In sight.
Fuck.
You give it another, more ferocious kick.
demolish the place.
I don't see how this is going to give new results. There must be another way in there.
Below, in the Union box, was there something behind the window? In the hawthorn branches, brushing against the glass.
The Union box? I mean, what?
No one knows. It is a fleeting feeling.
Is there... Have I wasted all this time and effort to prove that they could... The Union box, Kim. And you. Can I talk to you again yet? I don't think I can. I have been drinking, though.
I can't believe this shit.
You raise my esprit de corps. I think I had a really good check on that, and it didn't work. I'm still confused how that works.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material.
Very confused now. Still just as confused. We'll try and break it down later, I guess. Alright, well, I like how I came back to town just to do all that, and everything I tried failed. Is Lady back yet? No. Alright. Well, just like Harry's life, it is a failure. But I had fun tonight, so take it easy, everybody. Have a good night. Remember to be disco out there. Also, we're going to be playing Elden Ring Saturday and Sunday, so next Thursday, we're coming back. Talk to you later.
There's a beauty in the way you're worn, and the sharpness of your thorns, so vibrant in the imperfections. In the pain there's something real, all that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold that severed heart. The pieces feel so cold. All the tears won't bring it back to life. But hate will always grow. There's a beauty in the way you lay, and the way your color fades. You stand out now with your imperfections. Oh, it was never meant to fall apart. It was not supposed to cause us harm. But these days, all I do is wonder, is about another way could start again. 'Cause in the pain there's something real, all that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold. Oh, that severed heart. The pieces feel so cold. All the tears won't bring it back to life. But hate will